into a deadly inferno. At least 9 dead, dozens still unaccounted for. The frantic search for the missing happening right now.
I hope he's okay.
The warehouse went up in flames in seconds. Just one way out, the only exit blocked.
This is a devastating scene.
Tonight, the investigation revealing just how unsafe this building really was. Donald Trump's diplomatic blunder, the reactions pouring in after his unprecedented call with Taiwan. China launching a complaint. So did the president-elect shatter decades of protocol? The murder mystery at a popular California university. A psychology professor stabbed to death, his student under arrest. The school bus full of cheerleaders slamming into an 18-wheeler. The big question for investigators tonight, where were the seatbelts? And roaring on the green, could this be Tiger Woods' storybook comeback?
This is ABC World News Tonight.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Cecilia Vega. We begin tonight with that breaking news in Oakland, California. A warehouse party that turned into a deadly inferno. Witnesses say it went up like a tinderbox, burning in mere seconds. The scene so horrific, authorities at this hour are still searching for the missing. At least 9 people killed, dozens unaccounted for. Partygoers trapped on the second floor as the flames devoured that building. It was a gathering place where many artists lived and worked. Tonight, details about the victims are just beginning to emerge, and now questions about just how unsafe this building may have been. No sprinklers, the only stairway out blocked, and were there past building code violations? Our Neil Karlinski has been on the scene all day, and he starts us off tonight.
It was 11:32 p.m. when the first calls came in. A party at this Oakland warehouse, an artist's collective, was exploding into an inferno, flames ripping through windows. Firefighters could be seen breaking in with pickaxes. Bob Wjla, one of the lucky few to make it out, tried to rescue a man calling out for help.
I was pulling him out. He's a larger gentleman, and there was a lot of stuff in the way. The flames were too much. Too much smoke, and I had to let him.
You believe he's still in there right now? He never made it out.
I haven't seen him, and there's been flames shooting out of the building for the past 30 minutes. So
I know.
I hope he's okay.
By daybreak, the devastation was beyond what anyone expected. The entire roof collapsed.
We did not have a lot of victims go to the hospital. It appears that people either made it out or they didn't make it out.
Body bags marking some of the dead. Officials say nearly all of them appear to have been trapped on the second floor, there for a party featuring electronic music by an act called Golden Donna. Pictures from before the fire show a cluttered maze of art studios, mannequins, carpets, and furniture inside, a virtual tinderbox. Officials believe the victims became trapped on that second floor, engulfed within minutes. The only exit, a makeshift stairwell constructed with wooden pallets, quickly overtaken by flames, leaving no way out.
This is a devastating scene. This is complicated, and it is going to take us time to do the methodical, thorough, and professional investigation that these families deserve.
The warehouse, known as the Oakland Ghost Ship, was well known as an eclectic gathering of artists, some even living inside. Records show a slew of complaints that were under investigation, including trash piling up, numerous code violations, illegal housing. In fact, officials believe it's the building's ragtag layout, including no evidence of sprinklers, that may have played the biggest role into the huge loss of life.
And Neil joins us live from the scene. Neil, one investigator said that she hadn't seen anything like this in her 30 years on the job. So do investigators have any clues about what might have started this fire?
Cecilia, it's just so early for them to know, but at this hour they don't believe this is a case of arson. They think it was an accident, possibly even an electrical fire. As we've been reporting, the building just had so many problems. In fact, there was an active investigation ongoing at the time into people living there illegally at the time this fire broke out. And now, within the last hour, they've had to pull firefighters out and pause their search for the missing because the building is still just so unsafe. Cecilia?
So many questions tonight still. Neil, thank you for your reporting. And for the family and friends of the missing, the wait right now is excruciating. What's left of that building was for hours too unsafe for authorities to enter, but now the search for survivors is underway, with many fearing for the absolute worst. ABC's Lauren Lister has more.
Tonight, the agonizing wait. So many wondering if their loved ones were at the party and survived the blaze.
We have friends. We're still searching for people. We've got like friends and family. We're contacting people. We'll just know as the day goes on.
I just want to know something.
Alex Vega and his girlfriend, Michaela Gregory, missing tonight. His family telling ABC News through tears they are praying they are both alive.
What if my brother's not unaccounted for? What if they already have his body? At least let me know that.
Many of those inside, part of a tight-knit group, including Terry Ewing's girlfriend. Friends came to his house this morning to tell him about the fire.
There's a lot of family in there. People in that place are very loved. We're hoping for the best.
More than 24 people are still missing, their loved ones desperate and turning to social media for help.
I just read on Facebook that Mike and the kids are okay, and that was my biggest concern.
Sally Burton searching for her brother, posting these pictures on Facebook, saying if anyone knows or has heard anything, please let me know.
There's still no time frame on when authorities will be able to identify the victims, but tonight the Oakland mayor saying that is their #1 priority, calling this fire an immense tragedy. Cecilia?
A tragedy indeed, Lauren. Thank you. We do now want to turn to politics and Donald Trump at the center of a diplomatic controversy. The president-elect turning decades of protocol upside down with his 10-minute phone call with Taiwan. The reaction pouring in, including from China. Needless to say, Beijing is not happy. The latest on the phone flap from ABC's David Wright.
Tonight, the 10-minute phone call with global repercussions.
China.
What China's doing to us is horrible.
Having provoked China plenty out on the campaign trail, Donald Trump broke with 4 decades of U.S. foreign policy by speaking with his Taiwanese counterpart. The president of Taiwan called me today to wish me congratulations on winning the presidency, he tweeted. Thank you. But ever since Nixon, the U.S. recognizes one China, the People's Republic, which considers Taiwan to be a breakaway province. Today, Beijing lodged an official protest. Uh-oh, tweeted former Bush press secretary Ari Fleischer. I wasn't even allowed to refer to the government of Taiwan. China will go nuts. It's probably time we get a Secretary of State nominee on board, tweeted Democratic Senator Chris Murphy, preferably with experience, like really, really soon.
President-elect Trump is fully briefed and fully knowledgeable about these issues on an ongoing basis, regardless of who's on the other end of the phone.
And Trump is also drawing fire from one of his own allies. Sarah Palin, said to be a candidate for a cabinet post, lashed out at Trump's plan to save jobs at Carrier. Palin said the government has no business meddling in the free market, calling that crony capitalism and corporate welfare. Of course, the workers losing their jobs see it differently.
Yeah, these business models that they're practicing over here, moving these jobs out of the country, may look good on Wall Street, but it looks like hell from Main Street. I can tell you that right now.
It's greed.
Pure greed.
These men work at Rexnord, another Indiana factory shipping jobs to Mexico. Trump is now speaking up for them, too, saying the company is viciously firing its workers.
And David joins us now live from Trump Tower. David, this was not the president-elect's only controversial call with a foreign leader?
Not by a long shot, Cecilia. Also, today, the president of the Philippines said that during his call with Trump praised his controversial anti-drug program. Now, this is a program where police have killed more than 2,000 people. The UN and the U.S. have condemned that program, Cecilia.
Okay, David, thank you. And tomorrow on This Week, Vice President-elect Mike Pence will be speaking about this and so much more. George Stephanopoulos also goes one-on-one with General David Petraeus as the Trump transition team ramps up. Turning now to new details in that deadly road rage attack that took the life of a former NFL player. Joe McKnight killed at a Louisiana gas station. Tonight, his family and a community demanding answers. And now police are revealing that the man accused of that shooting was involved in another road rage altercation years ago in the very same spot. Tonight, why the law may be on his side. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Tonight, growing outrage about that deadly road rage shooting.
I want answers. I want the truth to come out.
As new details emerge about this man, Ronald Gasser, seen on the ground in cuffs. Police say Gasser admitted shooting former NFL running back Joe McKnight. Now ABC News learning Gasser was arrested for a violent fight during a road rage incident in 2006 at a gas station at the same intersection where McKnight was killed. Charges from the earlier incident were dropped. McKnight's family and supporters in the community incensed his killer is not in custody and has not been charged in connection to McKnight's death.
It doesn't have anything to do with race. It's not a white or black thing. It's a right or wrong thing.
The sheriff telling ABC News McKnight was out of his car, not armed when Gasser fired those shots.
We will leave no stone unturned.
And says charging Gasser before a thorough investigation is completed would be a rush to judgment.
Under Louisiana law, looking at justifiable homicide, if you are in your vehicle and someone attempts to enter it, I'm going to presume that for a second, he's justified in shooting him.
McKnight's family overcome with emotion.
I lost a friend. I lost my everything.
The family telling us tonight they want an independent autopsy and say they want this classified as a hate crime. Cecilia?
Okay, Eva, thank you. Next to a shocking crime on a California campus, a popular psychology professor stabbed to death, and tonight one of his students accused of his murder. More from ABC's Gloria Riviera.
The USC campus, tonight a crime scene.
Victim is a faculty member and suspect is a student.
Police surrounding the building where that professor was killed. Students receiving text alerts warning them to stay away from the building where the alleged attack took place.
It was a very scary reaction for me at first when I heard this news.
Professor Bosco Chan was pronounced dead at the scene, the victim of multiple stab wounds.
This was not a random act.
Police say the alleged attacker is 28-year-old David Brown, one of just 5 students working in Chan's lab. One classmate was shocked when he heard the news, saying that Dr. Chan was well-liked on campus.
He was a very charismatic individual. He was a very important part of the development of everybody that he worked with.
Police say Brown was arrested without incident and that the motive was a personal dispute. He is being held on $1 million bail. Cecilia?
And Gloria, thank you. Next to Massachusetts, tonight, firefighters there battling a massive 10-alarm fire outside Boston. The fast-moving blaze breaking out in Cambridge this afternoon. 8 buildings, some residential, and several cars burning. The thick smoke spreading all over the Boston area. 2 people suffered minor injuries. No word on the cause. And in Tennessee, the wildfires there still smoldering as the death tolls today rose to 15 people. Hotspots there still a concern, but much needed rain is on the way. From Texas to Mississippi, a wet weekend. This flooded street in Texas City. And Rob Marciano is here tracking it all. You've got more rain on the way.
And already, Cecilia, this has been the wettest December day on record in Galveston. Over 9 inches in spots so far. Flash flood watches up. San Antonio, Austin also seeing some flooding, but southeast Texas over the next 24 hours we'll see quite a bit more rain. In southwest Louisiana as well, could see 6 to 8 plus, and this does get into the tornado and fire zone as well. Let's time out the rain. We get another pulse of it rolling across the deep south, getting up into Louisiana and Alabama and Mississippi and Georgia. But look at the snow getting into Chicago. You may wake up to snow in Chicago and Detroit throughout the day tomorrow, and this all moves to the east on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay, thanks, Rob. Good to see you. How about a golf story? You like golf. A comeback story in the world of sports. After several injury-plagued years, Tiger Woods is back on his game tonight, and ABC's Ron Claiborne has more.
It was Tiger Woods, looking a whole lot like the Tiger Woods who once dominated golf.
This is a good-looking swing.
At the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas, his first tournament back from a 15-month layoff because of back problems, Woods came out on fire today.
Oh, yeah. How about this?
Tiger also seemed relaxed and smiling as he strode the course, though he did struggle toward the end of the round. Still, it's been a surprising display.
Overall, I mean, I'm so happy to be back out here competing again and fighting against these guys. It's been a tough road to come back here and to get to this point, and it's just I missed it.
Winning the tournament looks like a long shot. But after the revelations of extramarital affairs, divorce, injuries, and a whole lot of bad golf,
just totally out of sorts now for Tiger.
It sure looks like Tiger Woods is back. It was a 466-day layoff for Tiger Woods, now playing pain-free and showing that he can go toe-to-toe with some of the best golfers in the world. Cecilia, he has got to be feeling good tonight.
I'm sure he is, Ron. Thank you. And there is much more ahead on World News Tonight this Saturday. Passengers on a flight to Pittsburgh got a serious scare.
Yeah, we'd like to make an air return to Boston.
Why this JetBlue pilot was forced to make an emergency landing, and the fatal bus crash in Texas carrying cheerleaders from a high school football game. So why didn't the bus have any seatbelts? And what is going on in Philadelphia? No, that is not snow. We will tell you what all that white stuff is when we come back.
ABC World News Tonight, brought to you by Progressive.
Have fun with your replaced windows.
Get away!
Leave him! Leave him!
Brick and mortar, what?